Republicans from the New York Jets.
Well, I'm going to take it back to Nikki Haley not answering questions, and I think one of the reasons is because she doesn't have a truthful, correct answer. And that answer with Dana Bash was really, as a woman, that hurt to watch. That hurt. That's an insult to every woman in America, that she could not stand up to that question and answer it with the truth. We're talking about a man, and yes, I'm going to use the word, okay? We're talking about a man who bragged on tape, not knowing he was being taped. I think it was the Access Hollywood tapes about grabbing women by their vaginas. I'm not kidding. You know, you see the tape. He bragged about it. This is a man who had sex with a porn star and paid her off. And there's litigation over that and whether campaign finance money was used. This is not a good man when it comes to women. This is a misogynist. This is a sexist. This is a man who makes fun of women's looks, who makes it kind of a sport to go after women and bring them down on social media. He's a vile, sexist caddy. And Nikki Haley not just let herself down there, but many others. And I think it seeps through when she only kicks sideways and she doesn't kick forward against what is wrong.
I was longing to ask the follow-up in that interview, which is, he has been found guilty, so now what's your response? Because we've already had that trial, right? And a jury of E. Jean Carroll's peers found Donald Trump guilty of sexual abuse, which a judge called rape. So, and she still dodges it. I mean, the other thing that I think we've shown this morning, to your point about Donald Trump and women, is that awful picture merging Nikki Haley and Hillary Clinton. I mean, it's sort of grotesque. First of all, because they're the only two women he can think of in politics, and so all women are the same. I mean, which is absurd because Nikki Haley and Hillary Clinton are such different people. But somehow, well, they're all women, so they must all be terrible. And then the picture itself is just demeaning, and then calling her by a misspelling of her Indian name, playing to the lowest common denominator of both misogyny and racism. I mean, that's really what happened in the course of the last 24 hours in respect to women. And she doesn't, she just sort of gives him cover by saying, oh, well, I'm not a lawyer, and I don't know if he's been found guilty, then that would be different. He has been found guilty. I mean, he has. A court found him guilty.
Yeah, Donald Trump turning to her Indian name. That's the old Barack Hussein Obama trick, reminding his supporters, remember, she's not one of us. Anand, you've got a new piece on Substack titled The Real Battleground of 2024 is Emotion. In it, Anand writes, quote, one of the strange dynamics of the Trump era is that as the right has become more and more a movement of passion more than reason, of emotional appeal more than policy solutions, the political left has, as if to be symmetrical, drifted the other way. Today's electoral left is highly cerebral. It is suspicious of the politics of passion. It doesn't do emotional appeals. It doesn't have much of a role for music, for the body, for in-person communing in public spaces, for catchy slogans, for arresting visuals. If this were an age defined by big policy questions and little else, that would be one thing. But it is an age defined by big feelings, by anxiety and fear and future dread and a great confusion among millions of people about who they will be on the far side of head-spinning change. All around us, people are lost, not sure how to make sense of their place in a world of upheaval. In an era such as this, leaving the politics of emotion, of passion, to aspiring autocrats is a dangerous abdication. So, Anand, if the left were to have something like a movement that Donald Trump has created, the one you just described,